We'll tell you what's in that bag in a minute, but sometimes the best classroom is outside. One Houston nonprofit is taking high school students out of the city and into the wilderness, where climbing a mountain or navigating a river can teach lessons in perseverance, teamwork, and critical thinking. Those skills can translate to success in school, college, and eventually a career. Basically, those skills will last you for life. Natalie Hausman-Weiss is the executive director of the Woods Project, and Daniela Garza got the experience the program herself. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, so I'm in my my like kind of mountain lion print because it's something that you have seen before.
I haven't seen.
Or you heard.
But we've had them, yes.
Yeah, out in the woods.
Out in the woods,
yeah, I'm the safe one, though. It's all good. Yeah. All right. When it comes to how this project got started, I have a feeling that this is an idea that kind of was under the radar for so long because people didn't think about how important it is to get out into nature, but also that so many kids never had that opportunity.
That's right. Well, this is actually the Woods Project's 20th year, but that's exactly right. Most of our kids in Houston do not have these opportunities. Most of the kids who come with the Woods Project, they have never seen stars. They've never really been far outside of Houston.
Yeah.
They have never had the opportunity to be inspired by waterfalls and mountain ranges and swim in a beautiful mountain lake.
Yeah, because they basically live in a concrete jungle.
Exactly.
And even when you get away from the city, the sounds even change, right? The air is different. A lot of us talk about getting out to that fresh country air, or why somebody would go on vacation and go to a beach or go to the woods or whatever. And so we underestimate the fact that so many kids have not gotten that opportunity. How did this program, how did it come about?
Well, this is our 20th year, right. So it started when the founder of the organization, who loved backpacking, he knew the transformative qualities of the experience, and he knew that kids in Houston would really benefit from that experience. So it started with just 11 kids in California for a 1-week summer backpacking trip.
And look what it is today.
Yeah. From there.
So there's weekend camping trips, but there's also multi-week wilderness expeditions that they can go on as well.
Yes. Yeah, that's really they're very exciting. We go through locations all throughout the country. We go to Washington State, we go to Olympic National Park and the Lake Tahoe area and the mountains in Colorado, and we take these kids on a 2-week experience. We teach them a lot about camping and backpacking, and then we kind of pack them up, drop them off at a trailhead, and pick them up a week later.
But when you drop them off, you start to see things unfold. There's a reason why a lot of us really love some of those reality shows, like where they're out in the wilderness and they have these different challenges. It's similar to that, but real life. And maybe not quite as crazy, like the Naked and Afraid thing. That's not happening, right? But no, right? But in the wilderness. But no, it's similar to that in the sense that you have to use your own devices, your own thoughts, and all the things that you have to do. So you see a lot unfold in these kids.
Yes, so much. These kids actually, they really lead the trip. We send them with 3 leaders per backpack group, but while they're traveling, they are carrying a lot of weight, but they're making all of their decisions. They're purifying their water. They're helping to navigate. They're having to support each other.
They're Survivor.
They're sleeping in tents with kids they hadn't met previously. We take them way outside of their comfort zone. And they learn that in order to succeed, they really have to support each other and communicate and get to know each other. And then they also have mentors that are with them.
All right, Daniela, for you, what was your living environment like at home?
Well, my living environment, I come from a small high school, so I wasn't really out in wilderness. I would go outside to walk my dog, but other than that, I really didn't see much nature. And coming into the Woods Project, it was an experience like no other. I went for a weekend trip, which is just 2 days. And essentially after that trip, I was hooked on the program because I've never been in nature for so long, and it really gives an impact.
Yeah. Did you ever watch some of those Survivor shows? And
yes, I did.
Yeah. And you look at it, you see it, so you can relate to some of those challenges in real life. All right. So I would imagine things started to change. Even the drive or the trip to where you were going, you start to see, things change. Buildings disappear, more nature appear.
Yeah. There was more trees. Definitely on my first trip, I went to Washington State, and just on the drive, it was about 3 hours, and there was trees everywhere, and I was taking pictures of everything. The driver was probably like, "Why are y'all taking taking pictures. It's just the road. But for us, I mean, there's not a lot of trees here in Houston on the road, so it was definitely impactful for us.
Yeah, okay. It was also physically challenging, which, you know, we get out there and we have so many kids today. You have so many things. I think a lot of us as kids, we were outdoors a lot because there wasn't a lot to do indoors. I was stuck in a country that had 2 programs in English. So we were like, let's go outside. We can't even watch TV, right? But so you were out there doing things that were so challenging. What did you learn from that?
Well, I learned a lot of teamworking skills because it takes a team to be out there and to really navigate. And I learned that, you know, you can't make decisions on your own. It requires a team, and it really took me further in college as I'm now an engineer. It's a teamworking major.
She's now an engineer. Everyone's signing their kid up right now. Right? Yeah, get out in the woods, right? Yeah. But no, that's super cool. But you're right. The perseverance, the teamwork, the leadership, critical thinking, all that is going to take you through the rest of your life. You have a gear demonstration right here because to the point of knowing how to pack your bag, you have to think about everything you put in there is very intentional, right?
Yeah, so this is essentially what we have on the trips. Each person carries their own things just to, you know, bring something to the group. But essentially we all have our sleeping bags. We also have, if I can get this, we have our sleeping bags. We have our cooking pots in here. So this is the sleeping bag. And then we also have our tents and our cooking pots, and these are essential for surviving out in the woods. And we all carry our weight, so some people will be carrying the tent, some will be carrying the cooking pot, etc. And also we have our sleeping mat, so this is also to keep us warm, especially on the cold nights outside. It's great. And then we also have our walking sticks for stability because we are hiking and we are in an elevation. So it's just an extra safety in case, you know, it gets a little steep.
Yeah. Okay, when you're cooking your food, do you have camp food with you, like freeze-dried camp food with you? Or
yes.
You're at least not having to spear that.
No. Okay. Yeah, and we have great cooks.
Yeah. Nice.
So the students sign up to do either tasks like dishes or to cook or set up the tents. So, you know, based on your skill levels you go, but I'm always on cooking crew.
Yeah. Okay, what's your advice for students who are just still sitting on the fence of wanting to get out of their comfort zone?
Honestly, it's one weekend. You can always go just for one weekend and see how it is. But from what my experience in my 4 years of the Woods Project, everyone who goes on at least one trip always wants to come back. So I always think it's just one weekend trip just to test it out, and you'll see from there.
Who qualifies?
Houston high school students who would not otherwise have these opportunities. And when I say that, I mean kids who, these are really expensive experiences.
Right.
So it's most of Houston high school kids, but they can go onto our website and sign up.
Is there like a sliding scale kind of how?
There is a sliding scale for sure, but we do our best to make sure that no one will be turned away because of their inability to pay.
How can the rest of us get involved to make sure that these kids have these experiences?
That is a great question. The Woods Project relies completely on volunteers. We have 7 full-time staff and over 150 volunteers. We have volunteer leaders and really across everything we do. So we rely on the help. We rely on the help from our community as volunteers. We rely on their financial support, and we rely on help recruiting our kids, getting the word out.
Daniela, thank you very much for sharing your impact with us, and thank you for this project and bringing it to us because I mean, from being in the woods for just this few minutes right here, I think I feel like I'm changed. I'm a changed woman right now. All right, for more information on how your high school student can apply or how you can volunteer or donate, visit the website at thewoodsproject.org, thewoodsproject.org.